Hi guys, it's Raquel with Washboard Soapery. First, I'd like to thank you for purchasing my ebooks. I wanted to do a quick tutorial to show you the process of making a Syndet shampoo bar with me. Since this will be a quick tutorial, I went ahead and pre-measured all of my ingredients, and I have sanitized and disinfected everything. If you'd like to follow along with me, you can go ahead and pause the video and weigh out your ingredients and then restart the video and do the process with me. Otherwise, you can watch the whole video, and then when you're ready, go ahead and weigh out your ingredients and follow along with the video. So I have everything out here right now in phases. So if you follow along with the ebook, you will see I have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So right now I have pre-measured my phase 1 ingredients in a pot here. And then I'm going to melt that. When that's done melting, I'm going to add my butters into the phase 1 because this is also included in the phase 1 ingredients. And so I'm going to go ahead and melt this right now, and I will be right back. All right, we have our phase 1 melted, and we have to add the butters yet, but the beginning of phase 1 is now melted, and that's what it looks like when it's melted. So we're going to go ahead and add our butters in. Okay. So now when your butters are melted, we are going to take a stick blender and do some short bursts with our stick blender just to make sure that we get these lumps out of here, because the mix is a little lumpy. So we want to make it nice and smooth. And if it's nice and smooth, it's going to pour into your molds a lot easier. So we'll just let this sit for just a few minutes on low heat until those butters are nicely melted. Okay, the butters are melted now. So we are going to give this a quick couple of bursts with the stick blender just to make everything nice and smooth. And I still have it on low heat. We want to keep it on low heat. I did turn my heat down. So let's go ahead and give it a couple bursts. Just incorporate everything really well and make sure it's all smooth until you don't see any more lumps. And that looks pretty good. And keep it on low heat. You don't want to take it off your heat just yet, because if you do, your mix will start to harden. So just going to scrape that all out. Okay, at this point, we want to add our phase 2 ingredients, which are right here. This is our phase 2. We're going to add that in while it's still in low heat. And then we are going to give it another quick burst with the stick blender again to make sure everything is nicely incorporated. I usually like to stir it first. sometimes this happens, and that's okay. Just take it off the heat. And then put it back on. And I am very messy. Okay, so after you do that, you're going to shut your heat off and you're going to take it off your heat. Oops. Take your stick blender to it quick. And if it starts to thicken up on you, it's okay. You can just put it back on your heat again. Okay. And you see how it's starting to thicken up? We are going to put it back on the heat just for a second, just on low heat, to get it runny again. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our phase 3 ingredients now. And then we will be ready to pour this. So I'm just going to add this in. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to just stir it with my spoon. For a minute. Get that all nicely incorporated. I can show you. And as you can see, when you add your phase 3 ingredients, it thins it out a little bit. So what we're going to do really quick is zap this with the stick blender again. Just to smooth it out so that it's easier to pour. Good. And if you're doing this, a deeper pot would be recommended, just to give yourself a little more space and room. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And right now we are ready to pour it into our individual molds. That is so nice and smooth right now. If it starts to cool off too quickly on you and it starts to thicken up where you cannot pour it, go ahead and just put it back on the heat. Right now it's cooled to about 170 degrees. So what we're going to do now is pour this into our molds. It usually stays fluid for quite a while. I'm able to get through all of this. And normally do not have to put it back on the heat. And I do have some leftovers. So what I like to do is make up some samples to hand out to my customers. So I will use these little square molds and pour some in here. And then this is what I hand out to my customers for a sample. And that's about it. They are really easy to use. I mean, they're really easy to make. You cannot mess these up. But they are easy to use too. So that is how you make a Syndet shampoo bar. And what I normally do is I put these in the refrigerator because I only have just a couple of molds, and when I need to make other formulas, I need my mold back right away. So I put these in the refrigerator or the freezer for maybe 10-15 minutes, just until they harden, and then pop them out, and they're ready to go. You can put them on your curing rack if you want, or you know, whatever you need to do before you're ready to package them. But they're ready to use right away. Keep them out of a puddle of water so that they last longer. That's how you make a Syndet shampoo bar. Thank you for following along. Okay, one thing I did forget to mention is, if you can see these little bubbles here, I do like to take rubbing alcohol and spritz that to get rid of the bubbles. And then I will take my pan and I will hit it down just to make sure that you get the bubbles out. And that's it. All the bubbles are gone now. Once again, thank you for watching.